Hello students, and welcome back to another week of e-learning. I hope you have had a fantastic weekend. I hope your last week of e-learning was good and that it wasn't too difficult with the technological side of things. I know that I had a bit of a difficulty with that, but we're all working together and we will get through this as best as we can. All right, guys, so today we are going to be looking at something a little bit more theoretical. We're going to look at Konstantin Stanislavski, who is a Russian theatre practitioner, which means a Russian guy who had a look at the acting in Russia at the time, thought it wasn't very good, thought it wasn't very believable, and so he found a new method for acting that was more believable and more interesting for the audiences. And this is the style of acting you will see in all of your favorite movies. It's the style of acting that makes us cry, makes us laugh, and makes us feel things. This is all thank you to Konstantin Stanislavski. So he created the method and he created 3 different principles. So what I want you to do now is I've left a link down below. I want you to go to that link and there's a crash course on Konstantin Stanislavski, why he created this method, and what the 3 principles of this method are. Okay, so go away and do that. Remember to take notes because you need to remember this for later. And once you've taken notes and watched it, come back to me. Okay, guys, so you should have watched it. You should have 3 different principles written down that you understand. Those principles are the super objective, the stage actions, and the suspension of belief. Okay, guys? So you should have a general understanding of what those 3 things are. Now, I'll give you a very quick description from myself as well. Super objective. What is the super objective of the character? What is the super objective of the movie? What does the movie or the play aim to make the audience feel? Is it there to make the audience feel sad? Is it a very sad play about a girl who loses her mother to a disease? God forbid. Is it about that? Then what is the audience supposed to feel? Maybe the audience is supposed to be made aware about a disease and how dangerous it can be. Or maybe the audience is just supposed to feel sympathy for the character. What is the main objective of the movie, of the play? The second one, the character's actions. It's not about actions, movement actions. It's not like that. It's about the character's struggle. So this specific character, what does the character want in this show, in this movie? So maybe if it's that same example of the girl who's lost her mother, maybe she wants her to be better and her whole struggle is for her to find a cure. Or maybe the whole struggle is for her to show her mother something that she feels about her that her mother doesn't know, and the whole movie is about her trying to make her mom realize that she feels one way about her that her mother has never known. So what is this struggle that the character is going through, and how is this character trying to overcome it? And the third one is a suspension of belief. So how deeply can you get yourself into a place where you believe what you're going through? So maybe you have never been through loss before, but you have to play a character that has lost someone in their life. So what are the steps that you're going to take to believe that you are feeling that way, so that when you are acting that character, the audience believes you. The audience can see that, oh my gosh, he really feels super sad. She really feels like she's mourning, and I feel for her because she's feeling it. So it's all about belief, suspension of belief. Okay, great. So now that you have these things, I want you on a piece of paper, on a Word document. I would definitely recommend it be a Word document because then you can send it all to me in that Word document and upload it on your assignment. First, I want you to write 2 sentences just defining who is Konstantin Stanislavski. Very brief. Where he's from, when he was born, and who he is, right? Just a very brief 2-sentence explanation of who he is. And then I want you to give me a 2-sentence definition for each of those principles, those 3 principles. You give me a 2-sentence definition for those 2 principles, okay? So you do that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pick your favorite movie, okay? And it's got to have a character in it that you can play. So choose your favorite movie, okay? You choose your favorite movie, and now you choose the character in it that you can imagine yourself playing, okay? So do that. Pick the movie, pick the character you can imagine yourself playing. Cool. Okay, great. So now that you have the definitions of these 3 principles, for the next section of your document, I want you to apply these principles to the movie that you have selected. So first thing is, you're going to write a paragraph, short paragraph, 4 sentences at least. What is the super objective of this movie? What is the super objective of this movie? What does the movie aim to make the audience feel? What is the struggle of this character? Okay, and I'm not talking about specific struggle like, oh, he was trying to get a Coke can out of the vending machine. No, what is the overarching struggle? So throughout this whole movie, what is the character struggling to get? Okay, and thirdly, suspension of belief. Now, suspension of belief is going to be a little bit of a more complicated one. So you're going to answer those 2 principles. Then for the final one, for suspension of belief, whoops, sorry, my charger just came out of the socket. Okay, so for suspension of belief, you're going to answer these questions. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. For suspension of belief, you are going to choose a specific scene from the movie. And I would prefer that you choose a scene from the movie where the actor is talking a lot, okay? The actor is talking more than the other characters, okay? So the actor is central. This character that you've chosen is central in the scene. He's the center of attention. She's the center of attention, okay? And you're going to analyze this specific scene for suspension of belief, okay? So the reason that we're doing this is for you to understand the process that the actor goes through in order to believe this more. So the actor, so for instance, if you were an actor, you would pick this scene, right? And you would answer all of these questions so that you can believe what this character is feeling more, so that when you act it, you're going to believe the emotions that the character is feeling, so that you can show the audience a real version of these emotions. So these are the questions you answer to believe this more, okay? So you're going to pick the scene, right? And you're going to answer this question. So number 1 is, who am I? Okay? So what I mean by who am I is, what kind of person am I? Am I mean? Am I rude? Am I kind? Am I sensitive? Okay, think of all of these different adjectives. Who am I? Where am I? Okay, now I want you to answer this. So the second one is, where am I? I want you to answer this. Not only I'm in a park, talk about the temperature, talk about the time of year, and also talk about how where you are affects the character. Maybe if it's really hot, it makes them sweat. Okay, what time is it? Again, I want you to think about, if it's night, talk about how is this significant for the night. So if it's nighttime, you can say, okay, it is nighttime, which makes the character more scared because, they're thinking about their mother, and it's made them more afraid because it's dark and they don't have that sense of comfort, okay? What do I want? So in that scene, what does the character want? Maybe they're arguing with another person. Maybe she's arguing with the doctor saying, why won't you give my mother that medication? So then, what do they want? They want their mother's medication, but also there's something deeper. They want their mother to feel to be better, but then there's something deeper. They desperately want their mother to be alive, but then there's something deeper. They don't want to let go of the person that's the most important thing in their lives. So that's one that can have many, many, many layers. So extra points to the most layers you can come up with. The next one is, why do I want it? Okay, so what do I want? Then why do I want it? So I want my mother to be better. Why do I want it? That's a really tough question. Well, I want it because why do I want it? I want it because I know how much it's going to hurt if my mother passes away. I know how much it's going to hurt if my mother passes away. So why do I want it? Okay. How will I get what I want? So maybe the person believes, and this can affect who I am. So you can go back to who am I and see. So if you've put that person as a very angry person, maybe every time they try to get what they want, they do it by shouting and screaming. And maybe that's because when they were brought up, their mother always gave them something when they would scream. So they learned that that is the way to get what they want, right? So this is all connected. So how will I get what I want? I will shout and scream to get what I want. Or I will manipulate and I will act nice when actually I'm trying to manipulate that person, right? So how will I get what I want? That's the next one. And then lastly, what must I overcome to get what I want? So in that scene, maybe there's a doctor. So maybe the overcoming is you having to convince the doctor that the medicine is right for them. So maybe your challenge is to convince the doctor. You've got to overcome the mind of the doctor in order to get what you want. Okay? So those are the for the suspension of belief section, those are the questions you have to answer for your character and your movie. Who am I? Where am I? What time is it? What do I want? Why do I want it? How will I get what I want? What must I overcome to get what I want? So you're going to answer all of those questions. And I'm going to reiterate this very quickly. I'm going to repeat it for those who are confused. So you're going to watch the link below, okay? You're going to write the 3 definitions of the 3 principles: super objective, stage action, suspension of belief. You're going to define them. Then you're going to apply these principles to the movie and character you've selected. So you're going to talk about, in 4 sentences, what the super objective of the movie is. Then you're going to talk about the stage action. So what is the actor's struggle? Okay, in the second section, the stage action. And then for the suspension of belief section, you are going to answer, who am I? Where am I? What time is it? What do I want? Why do I want it? How will I get what I want? And what must I overcome to get what I want? And that is looking at a specific scene from a movie. Okay? Cool. I know I'm kind of throwing you guys into the deep end here, but I'm here for any questions you need answered. If you're confused about the scene part, where you have to talk about who am I, where am I, if you're having troubles choosing a scene, I recommend you choose a scene where there are 2 people talking to each other. Maybe they're arguing, right? 2 people arguing. That's an easy one. That's one where you can start to pick it apart, okay? If you want a bit more of a challenge, pick a scene with more people in it, okay? And then you can have a look at the different relationships and dynamics, right? Okay, cool. I know I'm throwing in the deep end, but I think you can handle it, guys. Cool. So, submission. The way I need this submitted. You are going to submit this on the assignment that I've created. You do not send this to me by email. If you send it to me by email, it is not counted as an assignment and you will get a 0. I did let some people off last week who sent me it as an email just because it's the first week. But from now on, I will not accept any work sent by email. You are going to send me all of this work in a document and then upload it onto the assignment that I've created. Okay, guys? I will see you in our online conference class. Good luck with this. I am always here to answer any questions on Moodle inbox. Do not hesitate to ask me. And good luck with this work. Next week, we will start to look at how to start to perform characters using this method. Okay? Good luck, guys. See you next time.